Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're working on rebuilding the pistons inside of the 8-piston caliper on your E55, SL55, CLS, or S55 AMG models. Okay, this is applicable to 2003 all the way up to 2006. So what you're going to need is a brake caliper rebuild kit. I'm going to list that in the description, but super simple to do. I've already taken the liberty to complete the other side of the caliper, so I'm just going to show you on this side. Okay, so 2 of these pistons are already fully exposed. I took the time to kind of pry that out for you already. This one we're going to do on video. This one is already partially exposed. That you want to move the pistons outward with just your fingers. You can use a air gun in order to blow and kind of press out the pistons, but I just find it's unnecessary. So if it's super tight, not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to show you a little trick. What you want to pry on is right at the, call it the lip of the piston here. Okay, take a little spudger tool. I'm going to lay it here just to protect that paint. Not that I need it to be 100% perfect, but you know, so just like that. Okay, so you want to take your time, don't push too hard, just nice and easy maneuvers. Okay, and as you can tell, there's going to be some brake fluid in there, but it's not a big deal. So you're just going to remove the old rubber sealed like such. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. I always have a rag ready. I'm just going to wipe down the body of the piston. This is what it looks like. So this is why, like I said, if you needed to pry, you want to make sure that you're prying at the, we'll call it the lip. Okay, don't press at the body, because once you scratch the piston here, you're going to need to replace it. So now I'm just going to take a little wire brush, just going to brush off all of the excess paint. Also, get the lip of it. Here, be super careful to make sure that you're only brushing, like I said, the lip of it, not the body. If you really wanted to, you can tape it up and then you can kind of go to town to it, but I just want to get some of it off, not all of it. It's okay. All right, so I'm pretty happy. I like it. Just gonna wipe it down once again. And then from there, you're just going to put the new seal on. Okay, so these seals, as you can tell, they're 2 different sizes. One is smaller than the other. This is a 42 millimeter. This one is 40. Okay, so we're just going to slide it onto the body. Don't worry too much. Okay, you just want to get it onto the body in itself, and then you're going to move it all the way to the very top. Okay, like that. All right, make sure it snaps into place. And you're going to peel it back, making sure that it wraps itself around the collar. Looks great. I'm just going to wipe this down slightly like that. Push it in. And you'll notice it just needs to seat inside that opening. If you want to, you can certainly use the same spudger, right? So the nice thing about these seals is it's rubber, and then there is a metal around this rim. Okay, so you can push down on that without worrying that you're going to rupture the rubber, but just be mindful. Okay, so I'm just gonna gently press, and then from there we can just press the entire piston back into the opening like such. There you go. All right. All right, guys, so I'm going to continue working on the rest of the pistons, and you can watch me. The hardest part I've noticed is working on a piston that is fully collapsed into the opening. Okay, so like I said, I only have this broken pry bar, so it's a little too thick. It won't really fit in there. So what you're going to do is same thing, something non-marring. Okay, so I'm going to use this plastic spudger. I'm just going to try to create a gap. All right, so I know that I won't be able to pry it out with it because the suction within the body of that piston there is going to hold it in tightly. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick my spudger in there to try to create some distance. That's it. That's all I want to do. And then from there, like I said, if you have something thinner, okay, that's what you want to get next. I'm just going to use a little body panel clip removal tool. Same thing, spudger is going to be there to protect the paint, like that. Okay, so the spudger is right behind the pry, and then as the gap becomes bigger and bigger, you're just going to slide the spudger further down, like that. Okay, and then from there, same thing, you're just going to pull this out. Get your rag, wipe down the body of it. Once you have the piston removed, you want to make sure that none of the brake fluid that's left inside that opening touches the body or anywhere that's on the painted surface, because that is going to start to eat away at it. So you want to wipe that down as quickly as you can. And then same thing, I'm just going to inspect the body, make sure that it's in good condition. Wipe down as much of the brake dust as I can, and then just hit it real quick. Tell this is one of the smaller of the two pistons. Same thing, you're just going to load your rubber seal, pull it all the way back. You'll hear it snap into place like such. There you go. And you're just going to peel it back, and then here you just want to inspect that it's sitting on the collar appropriately. Looks great. Here it really doesn't matter if you actually push the rubber seal down or push the body of the piston. I just do it both. I push the body in, and then from there I'm just going to seat the seal using my spudger. There you go. Wrong one, guys. This is a 40mm. There you go. Just make sure it sits on the collar. Super important, guys. Like I said, just make sure you rotate it and it sits all the way around the collar. And then here, once you have the entire job completed, it's always a good idea to kind of look. And like I said, make sure you're pushing in at the very edge of that seal, because that's where the reinforced metal ring is going to be. And you just want to make sure that everything is seated in there as tightly as you can, okay? So that's all I'm doing. Perfect. Just gonna take my rag, wipe it down. And there you have it, guys. I didn't really time it, but it seems like it was a quick, 20-minute job per side, so it's super easy to do. something you can tackle on your own. The kit in itself, I want to say it was about $17, maybe $25, so it's really reasonable. And now you have the peace of mind that, you know, your caliper is going to be perfectly functioning for the long haul, you know. So like I said, just to recap, this is a caliper that I purchased on eBay. I took it all down to metal, painted it, clear coat over it, and then like I said, I'm going to put it onto the car. But I just wanted to make sure that all of the seals were working appropriately before I put them onto the vehicle. So then that way, like I said, I have the peace of mind for the next, you know, 50, 60,000 miles before I actually go in and have to change the pads again. All right. Hopefully you found it informative. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. If you have any suggestions, comments, questions about the project that we just completed, let me know. All right. Thanks again, guys.